Welcome to Sim Race TV, coming to you live tonight from the dirt track in Charlotte. Race number 6, the final race of the season. We're going to crown a champion here for the International Dirt Association Monday Modified Series here. So get ready, we got 50 laps coming up here in the main event, but first, we got heat races. We got a couple B and C mains and all that good stuff coming right at you here. We're getting ready to get dirty, so get ready, because you know what time it is. A couple drivers out there on the track right now. Looks like Hayden, Cardwell, the fastest out there so far. These drivers out there running around, putting in some last minute adjustments. Looking at the driver of the 118, Joshua Hessen. He's also accompanied by a few other drivers out there on the track, getting their last minute practice session in here, making some adjustments. Cole Harvey's out there on the track as well, the 85. And last week, we had a phenomenal race at LIMALAND Motorsports Park. Shad Prescott came home with the win. And we've yet to have a two-time winner here in this series. So tonight, maybe that'll happen. Can Kendal, Tucker, Trevor, Fitz, JD Brown, Hayden, Cardwell, or Shad Prescott make it 2 times in the Monday Modified Series? Well, we're about to find out here tonight. That's right. It's time to get dirty. In the meantime, let's take a look. We got some points tonight. You know, I put a post on Facebook earlier about the points, so let's take a look at them. Kendal Tucker, your points leader, 183. He's got JD Brown trying to get there to him, about 8 points behind. We got a pretty big gap there with Jarrett Murphy, about 47 points out. Shad Prescott, Blake Brown rounded out the top 5. And looking a little bit further back, a lot of fast drivers down that list. But I tell you what, Kendal Tucker and JD Brown, they're pretty close together. So we'll see how it turns out. They do have one drop race, so you know, it could be interesting. And last night we crowned the champion. Nathan Kassler won the championship for the Pro Late Models the Sunday night series here with the International Dirt Association. So congratulations to him for a long, hard-fought battle for the championship there. And him and Jarrett Murphy duked it out last night. It was pretty fun to watch. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I know I did. Here we go. Practice. Less than a minute left here. We're going to move over to qualifying. Let's take a look at some of these practice times right here. Looks like we got, of course, Hayden Cardwell. I said it earlier. He's the fastest out there with a 15.898. Shad Prescott in second, the 41 modified with a 16.005. Jason Minen in third with a 16.028. Dylan Fox in fourth with a 16.035. Jay Place has got a 16.050. 16.050. Top 5 pretty close there, looking at those within a little over a tenth there separating the top 5, but wow, I mean that's extremely close. But it's on now. Qualifying session is underway here. We got some drivers headed out on the track, one of them being this guy right here, the 25 machine of Jarrett Murphy, looking to put his machine on the pole here. See what he can run. We'll throw some data up on the screen for you here. 95 miles an hour, 107 I seen, so getting up above 100 miles per hour. We got a lot of drivers out there right now. Everybody trying to put it on the pole for this 50 lapper coming up here, and a good start in these heat races. You know, they start off in these heat races, they put it on the pole, they usually end up leading all the laps and winning the race, but Jared Murphy comes in second with his first lap of 16.564. Right now, that's good enough for second, but hey, maybe he can knock it down. Nope, fourth. He drops down to fourth there. 16.564 is his fastest lap. Bryson Daffrin on the charts, the top of the charts here with a 16.260 right now, but long time left here. A lot of drivers, well, they don't waste no time getting out there and throwing them laps down and jumping back out of their cars, so I'm trying to catch them. Shad Prescott in third with a 16.378. Curtis Uphoff is out there right now, the 129. 16.532. That's fast enough for eighth. Bryson Daffrin still holding on the top of the leaderboard right now. The 115 of Jed Barton, 16.568. And he just shut down his D1RT machine. See who else we got out there. Dustin Hall in the 331. He threw down a 16.646. That's 17th quick. And we have 40 drivers here tonight signed up for this event. So, man, only 20 cars going to make the feature race here tonight for the International Dirt Association's Monday Modified Series. So, it's going to be tough to get in the show, but it's going to be an awesome show. JD Brown out there qualifying right up next to the wall there. Looks like he's going to be running his first lap right here. 16.411. That's good enough for eighth. Gets him up into the top 10. Coming around here for lap number 2. And he comes off of turn number 4. Hammered down. Let's see what he can throw down this time by 16.411. Fastest lap there for JD Brown. It's 8th position for JD Brown. And JD Brown don't have any sponsors, no team. So, hey, if you're interested in a fast driver, this guy right here will be the one. All right, let's look at the top 10 in qualifying here while we're waiting. We got a minute and a half left here in practice, or qualifying. So let's check out the top 10 in qualifying. Hayden Cardwell up on the top. We missed his lap, but he threw down a 16.089. He's wow, almost 2/10 faster than the second place Bryson Daffrin. Kendal Tucker in third. Dylan Fox in fourth. Fifth is Cole Harvey. Shad Prescott, Bailey Jones, John Ruggiero. There we go, John Ruggiero in eighth. JD Brown up to ninth, and to round out the top 10, it's the 118 machine of Joshua Hessen here watching JD Brown still out there running some laps. The only car on the track right now, so hey, he's putting on a show for us here while we got 40 seconds left here before we switch over to some heat racing. So go ahead and grab what you need for a good one, because we're about to get dirty. Yeah, if you're just now tuning in, I tell you what, hey, Brandon, thanks for stopping by, Brandon. We're live on Facebook, live YouTube, and Twitch TV here. And SRTV Network appreciates all the support you guys give us. And what I was going to say was, if you missed it, Nathan Kassler won the championship for the Pro Late Models. We're going to put a post on Facebook here later on, so let everybody know that Nate Kassler pulled it off over Jared Murphy and JD Brown. All right, qualifying's over. And we're moving on to heat race number 1. It's a stacked field here with Hayden Cardwell starting on the pole. He's not quite out there just yet. Give these drivers just a second to get in their cars, and we'll go through your starting grid here for heat race number 1 for race number 6. The International Dirt Association's Monday Modified Series here at the dirt track at Charlotte. the final race of the season, and they do 5 races, man. 6 races total. Then they drop their worst finish or the worst race result for, and then they add up the best 5 races, and whoever did the best out of that wins the championship. So that's how it goes. All right, these guys are ready to go. So let's take you through our starting grid here. Hayden Cardwell, the 07, starting on the pole here. Cole Harvey gonna be alongside him in that first row, the 85 machine. Second row inside is gonna be the 14 of JD Brown. And on the outside, the 714 machine, that's Brennan Lacey. Third row is gonna be Curtis Apoff in the 129, JW Moen. On his outside, he's gonna have the 115 of Jed Barton. It's a D1 RT on the hood of that thing. And fourth row, the 022 JD Sass, and on his outside, it's gonna be the 67, the patriotic number 67, Kenneth McLaughlin. And then the last row, the number 7 machine of Jay Place is going to be on the inside of that. Fifth row there with Ronald Redmond Jr., the number 32, to his outside. And we're getting set to go racing here. Tucker was 3rd or 4th in qualifying. So he will be in, I think, the 3rd heat race. So here we go, getting set to go green for heat race number 1. Hayden Cardwell hammers down, so we're green. Hayden Cardwell wastes no time getting out to a great start. Puts a gap between him and Hayden Cardwell. I mean, him and JD Brown. JD Brown fighting with Cole Harvey in the 85 right now for that number 2 spot. The top 3 will move on and lock themselves in. Right now it's Cardwell, Brown, and Harvey. Those 2 fighting for that number 2 spot. And right behind them, we got the 4th place machine of Curtis Upoff in the 129. He's got his hands full of Jed Barton right now. These guys are gonna keep duking it out side by side. We got 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back far as you can see right now. But our race leader, Hayden Cardwell, he is single file out front by 1.8 seconds over JD Brown, Cole Harvey, and Jed Barton. Watching this battle between the 129, Curtis Upoff, JD Sass, contact the 714, Brennan Lacey goes around. Kenneth McLaughlin gets caught up in that one, as well as Jay Place back up front. JD Brown finally got around that 85 of Harvey, and he's locked himself into that number 2 spot. We're halfway through this one, actually a little over halfway. 3 laps to go for Hayden Cardwell to pull off the win here in heat race number 1. We'll take this out of your way here. Watching these guys come off of turn number 4. And off into turn number 1 here. JD Brown still looking good in 2nd. Cole Harvey in 3rd. Jed Barton there in 4th, the 115. Curtis Upoff rounds out the top 5 right here, but the white flag is out for this man, Hayden Cardwell, the 07. Team 06 out there ready to win heat race number 1. And off of turn number 4 for the final time, Hayden Cardwell comes across that checkered flag and gets the win for heat race number 1. JD Brown and Cole Harvey locked themselves into the main event here tonight. Jed Barton, Curtis Upoff, JD Sass, Ronald Redmond Jr., Kenneth McLaughlin, Jay Place, and Brennan Lacey. They're moving to the B&C mains. That's right, Bristol. Heat race number 2 coming right up. Yeah, Brandon, last race here tonight, race number 6. We're going to crown a champion for the season. Season champion getting crowned tonight. Like I said, Nathan Kessler, he was crowned a champion last night in the Pro Late Model Series, so congratulations to him. Let's go through our starting grid for heat race number 2. Right here, we got Bryson Daffrin starting on the pole, the 181 machine. He's going to have that 41 of Shad Prescott starting on alongside him in the outside row. Second row is going to be Joshua Hessen, the 118 with Darren Literal. They said it's Darren Literal. Third row is going to be Jonathan Smith, the 53 car on the inside with Jeremy Freeman in the 18 alongside him. Fourth row is going to go to the 02 of Cameron Evans. And right on his outside is going to be the 37 of Casey Barton. And last but not least is the 515 machine of Chris Cox as we get set to go green. Bryson Daffrin waiting on the pace truck to leave the racing surface, and he hammers down, and we're green for heat race number 2. The 41 of Shad Prescott hot on the trail of Bryson Daffrin right here. But Bryson gets out front of there by about a half a car length, and they separate themselves from third place Joshua Hessen right now. And Shad Prescott putting some pressure on Bryson here for that race lead here in heat race number 2. 2 laps down and 6 laps to go here. The 181 of Daffrin up on that high side right around the wall, but the 41 of Shad Prescott gets a good run there on the bottom side. Just not enough to take over the lead. The 181 leads another lap here. Top 3 will advance to the main event here. They won't even have to fool with the B, the C, and all that ABC mix. These two pretty much running side by side. Let's take a look at our last transfer spot because we got a battle for that 3rd position. Jeremy Freeman trying to lock himself in, but he's under fire from the 118 of Joshua Hessen. Joshua using the bottom. Freeman up on the high side. Here comes the 68 of Darren Literal. He's running right in the tracks of the 18 of Freeman. Freeman ducks it down to the bottom. The 68 of Darren Literal gets around Joshua Hessen as well. Right now it's Bryson Daffrin, Shad Prescott, and Jeremy Freeman that are locked in. That's right, Craig. This is the Sim Addicts tonight. White flags out for Bryson Daffrin here as he is trying to stay out in front of Shad Prescott, and for the last time he makes it across that start-finish line to take the checker flag here in heat race number 2. Congratulations to Bryson Daffrin on the win. Shad Prescott and Jeremy Freeman will be locked in. Darren Literal, the first one below that cutoff line, and he will have to fight it out in the C and B mains. Coming up here in just a few minutes, those are 12 laps, and they will take 5 drivers. 5 out of the C will transfer to the B, 5 out of the B will transfer to the A, or 5 out of the both will go to the A. I don't know. Maybe y'all know more than I do. I ain't nobody. Heat race number 3 about to get started here with the driver of the 00 on the pole here, the 06 driver. And you know, these, just to take a small minute to say, this team 06, it really makes it difficult because people think I'm talking about the 06 car. So the driver of the 06 machine, the 00 of Kendal Tucker. Starting on the pole here, and on the outside, it's going to be the 51 of Bailey Jones. Second row inside is going to be the 217 of Noah Garner. And on his outside, he's going to have the 088 of Trent Ivey. Third row is going to be the 313 of Greg Thompson. Alongside him is going to be the 124 of Troy Stuckwish. Fourth row is going to go to the 10 of Cody Canton. And paired up with him in that fourth row is going to be the 175 of Richard Stallings. And last row, all by himself, the 21 of Kevin Fry, looking to make his way up from the front or from the back to the front. Pace truck pulls off of the racing surface and turns it over to the 00 of Kendal Tucker. Tucker knows how to get around here at the dirt track at Charlotte. He knows how to lead all these laps and win a heat race, and he's hammered down here. And we are green here in heat race number 3. Kendal Tucker trying to check out here and get a good lead, and he has the 51 of Bailey Jones. He is the owner of that number 2 position. And a slide across the nose is going to be the 088 of Trent Ivy. Trent Ivy's up on the high side. Cody Canton Wine making it happen down a little bit lower. Let's take a look at this number 4 position here. Right now it's Kendal Tucker, Bailey Jones, and Trent Ivy that's locked into this main. But that could change. We got 6 laps to go. This time by, it's going to be 5 laps to go for Kendal Tucker. And we got a battle between Richard Stallings, Greg Thompson, and Noah Garner. Right now, Noah Garner about a car length out in front of Richard Stallings. He is side by side with Greg Thompson right now, and there's trouble. The 217 of Noah Garner in the wall hard, along with Troy Stuckwish. Back up front, though, Kendal Tucker making it happen. Not sure why Bailey Jones' name's not showing up on our data, but hey, he's in second right now. He's in a good spot to be. Moving on to the main here. 2 laps to go. It's going to be the white flag this time for Kendal Tucker. Tucker gets the 1 to go. This time it's going to be one more time around. Kendal Tucker's going to put himself in the books for another heat race win at the International Dirt Association. Started on the pole and led all the laps to bring home the win here. Bailey Jones and Trent Ivy will advance to the main here coming up. Cody Canton Wine and all those other guys or gals, all those other drivers, they're going to have to, you know, it's going to be a battle to make it into this one. 40 drivers here tonight, 20 will go home. 20, half of these cars will go home. That's right. That's why winning a championship here is a big deal. Some of the best drivers, mostly all really professional. Let's go through our starting grid here for heat race number 4. The D1RT machine of Dylan Fox on the pole here with the 044 of John Ruggiero. Second row is going to be the 16 of Michael Holder and Jason Minot in the 014. Third row is going to be Jared Murphy, the 25, and Dustin Hall in the 331. Gen X bad on the side of that thing. Fourth row, the 56 of Christopher Miller. Chris Miller is going to be on the inside of Austin Smith in the 84. And last row there by itself, the 12 car, Rod Tucker. Cars are all lined up. Pace truck has left the racing surface and they're headed off into turn number 3 to get ready to go green here for heat race number 4. We got one more heat race coming right up after this. Dylan Fox hammers down and we are green. Little trouble further in the back. Looks like we gotta keep an eye on this battle here. We got Dylan Fox, John Ruggiero, and Jarrett Murphy, your top 3. But it is slicing up right here. The 16 of Michael Holder up on the back end of that 25 of Murphy. The 56 of Miller, Chris Miller, that is, to the inside of the 25 machine right now. We got a battle for this last transfer spot right now. It's that 25 car, but the 16 and the 56 are charging hard to take that. Jarrett Murphy holding on to it for now. The 044 of John Ruggiero. Oh, Michael Holder has some trouble. The 84 of Austin Smith clips that machine, and they get caught up, and what a battle going on for this last transfer spot here. Right now, the 014 of Jason Minot, he scored in second. Third place is that 25 machine, but here comes the 044, John Ruggiero. He moves up into that third spot as we are halfway through this one. It's going to be 3 laps to go for Dylan Fox. Dylan Fox is not even in the shot here. He has checked out 2 seconds out in front of Jason Minot. Dylan Fox, Jason Minot, John Ruggiero. They're the top 3 right now. Jarrett Murphy, the first one below that cutoff line. And the white flag is out for Dylan Fox. If Jarrett Murphy can get around that 044 and lock himself in, I know he'll be ecstatic, but not gonna happen. And the 919 of Dylan Fox comes home with the win here after starting on the pole. Jason Minot, John Ruggiero locked themselves in there. Jarrett Murphy, Dustin Hall, Chris Miller, Rod Tucker, and Michael Holder, along with Austin Smith, moving to the mains. All right, no more heat races. Sorry about that. So I thought we was having another one. See, this stuff changes up on me, so let's look. We're gonna take 5 out of this B main. This is the B main. 5 cars will advance to the main 50-lap feature here coming up. Let's talk about the drivers that are gonna be in this one. The 21 of Kevin Fry is going to be starting on the pole. He's going to have Chris Miller in the 56 machine alongside him. Second row is going to be the 32 of Ronald Redmond Jr. On his outside is going to be that 37 car of Casey Barton. Fourth row, the 217 of Noah Garner. Outside of Noah, the 12 machine of Rod Tucker. Fourth row is going to be Kenneth McLaughlin in the 67. On his outside is the 02 of Cameron Evans. Fifth row is going to be Troy Stuckwish, the 124. Had some misfortune. He was a little unfortunate in that last heat race, so he's trying to lock himself in. The top 5 move on. Here we go to his outside, Michael Holder in the 16. Sixth row is going to be Jay Place in the number 7. Chris Cox in the 515 is going to be to the outside. And we got the 313 back there last but not least. That's Greg Thompson. Green flag's out for this B main. Oh, Kenneth McLaughlin gets into the back of the 217. The 217 had some trouble. That's Noah Garner. Oh, more trouble. The 313 of Greg Thompson goes up on his roof after hitting the 32 machine of Ronald Redmond Jr. So the 313, the 32, and Chris Cox is one lap down. Already, oh, contact between the 56 of Chris Miller. Chris Miller is fighting with Casey Barton. That's second and third right there. They're fighting for that number 2 spot. They have a lap traffic in front of them. Contact. The 0-2 goes around. That's Cameron Evans. Some trouble out there in this B main. And Kevin Fry, the first one, way out front. 1.6 seconds over Chris Miller. 9 laps to go in this 12-lap race. Casey Barton, J Place. Let's take a look at our top 5 that's locked in right now. It's Chris Miller, Casey Barton, J Place, Michael Holder, and Kevin Fry. Let's take a look at this transfer spot here. The 21 of Kevin Fry. He is the last one above that cutoff line. Troy Stuckwish. See how far back Troy is. He's quite a ways back from Kevin Fry. Kevin's coming off at 3. Troy was just entering. So quite a ways back. Top 5 pretty much locked in, as long as they don't make no mistakes. Chris Miller leading these laps out here. There's your race leader right there, Chris Miller, the 56. This is a wild B main right here. It got all shooken up there for a minute, but now they're starting to get it together. The top 5 looking good. Cameron Evans in 6th, Ronald Redmond Jr. in 7th. The 7 of J Place is caught up to the 37 of Casey Barton. That would be for the number 2 spot. The checker flag's out, so the Chris Miller's going to take home the win here for heat race number, or for B main tonight. Casey Barton, J Place, Michael Holder, and Kevin Fry. Sorry, C main. I've been saying B main the whole time, ain't I? Top 5 will advance to this B main. Top 5 from that last race will advance to this race. Top 5 from this race will go to the main here, the 50 lapper. Let's take a look at our starting grid here for the B main. Starting on the pole, the 115 of Jed Barton. He's going to have Darren Littoral alongside him. Second row is going to be Cody Cantonwine and Jarrett Murphy. Third row is going to be Curtis Upoff in the 129. And alongside him is the 118 of Joshua Hessen. Fourth row is going to be Richard Stallings. and Dustin Hall to his outside. Fifth row is going to be JD Sass in the 022 and the 53 of Jonathan Smith. Sixth row is going to be Chris Miller and Casey Barton. Seventh row is going to be Jay Place in the 7 and the 16 car of Michael Holder. And in that last row, that 8th row, the 21 of Kevin Fry. Pace truck is clear from the track, and the green flag's out for this B-Main 12-lap race, where the top 5 will advance. Jed Barton, your race leader in the 115. Cody Cantwine running second right now. And we got a battle between Darren Literal and Curtis Uphoff, along with Jared Murphy in the 25. This race got off a lot better than that last one. Here we go. Cody Cantwine up on the high side. The 68 of Darren Literal right there in his footsteps. Right up next to the wall. Watching this transfer spot right here, the 5th place is the 68 of Darren Literal. Literal just moves up into 4th. Curtis Uphoff in the 129 is in the top 5. The last one above that cutoff line, the 331 of Dustin Hall is in 6th. Dustin Hall pulls up to the back bumper of Curtis Uphoff. They've caught up to the 68 of Darren Literal, the 129 of Uphoff throws it down in there. The 68 up on the high side, following Cody Cantwine in the 10. Right around the outside wall there as the 129 of Uphoff and Dustin Hall in the 331 run the bottom side. Some of them up on the top, some of them up on the bottom, and we got a new leader. The number 25 of Jared Murphy has took control of this one, and he gets the 4 laps to go this time. Let's make it 3 laps to go for Jared Murphy. Let's keep an eye on this transfer spot here. Single file up by the wall. Richard Stallings right out in front of the 10 of Cody Cantwine. Richard is 1 lap down. Right in between Jared Murphy and Cody Cantwine, your first and second place drivers right now. The 129 of Curtis Uphoff. He is the final driver above that cutoff line. The 68 putting pressure on Cody Cantwine. Jared Murphy gets the white flag this time by. Dustin Hall and Curtis Uphoff throw it down on the bottom. The J. Darren Literal and Cody Cantwine keep it up on the high side. And that's going to give the win to Jared Murphy in the 25. Jed Barton, Cody Cantwine, Darren Literal, and Curtis Uphoff finish in the top 5 in that one. And we are in final practice. Last chance to go out, run some laps, and some last-minute adjustments. So we'll watch some of these drivers go around. All right, while they're in final practice, let's take a look one more time at the point standings here. Coming into tonight's race, Kendal Tucker, your points leader, 8 points over JD Brown, and Jarrett Murphy, 47 points out. It's your top three. Shad, Prescott, and Blake Brown round out the top 5, and then you got JD Sass, Trevor, Fitz, Hayden, Cardwell, Michael Holder, and Clay Devin. They round out the top 10, and this is just the top 15 in points. I believe there's almost 50 drivers in the points, so we can't show all those drivers to you, but there is the 15 drivers that have did the best in the point standings. Kendal Tucker won. Kendal Tucker won race number 1 at VOLUSIA. And I'm not sure, but nobody this season has won twice. So Kendal Tucker has a win at VOLUSIA. And also, Trevor Fitz has a win at LANIER. JD Brown has a win at KOKOMO. Hayden Cardwell has a win at KNOXVILLE. And of course, Shad Prescott won last week at LIMALAND. So any of those 5 drivers have a chance to make it two-time. So let's hear your picks. Come on, type it out in the chat. Let me know who you think's gonna win this race right now in this final practice session. We'll take a look at the leaderboard for fastest lap out there on the track. Let's take a look at the top 10. Shad Prescott with a 16.265. Dylan Fox with a 16.268. Only 3 thousandths separates those 2 drivers. Hayden Cardwell in 3rd with a 16.292. Kendal Tucker in 4th with a 16.364. And Cole Harvey rounds out the top 5 with a 16.480. These drivers have about a minute and a half left here in this final practice session, and we got some picks coming in. Looks like Shad Prescott says, Brent Springer says Shad Prescott's going to pull this one off, and I would not disagree with that. Shad Prescott has a fast race car here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. And let's watch how he gets around this place. You got to get up high, but you can't get into the wall, because if you get into the wall, you will get hung up into the wall, and it'll slow you down a little bit. So you want to run up there, you just don't want to get into it, because if you do, it's going to stack you, and if there's somebody up behind you, you know, they're going to run right smack dab into the back of you. But you see how close they're getting to that outside wall. Looks like the line out there is starting to move up just a little bit. So these guys out there practicing, trying to get that track worked in, to get that high line to come in. A lot of these drivers will be up on the high side. Some of them will be on the bottom. Todd Hook says Jarrett Murphy for the win. That's what I'm talking about, Todd. I'd love to see that. I'm pulling for JD Brown on this one. Kendal Tucker, JD Brown. You know, my 2 favorite drivers tonight. I do like a lot of these drivers, so, you know, I can't pick them all, of course, so, you know, we'll take a look at some of the drivers here. Hayden Cardwell, Bryson Daffern, Kendal Tucker, JD Brown, Shad Prescott, Cole Harvey, Jeremy Freeman, Jarrett Murphy, Cody Canwine. I mean, I could go on and on. There's 20 drivers, 20 fast drivers here as well. And we got another pick coming in over here from Twitch. Says Cardwell for the win. Got you there. So we got Cardwell, Jared Murphy, and Shad Prescott coming in from the chat. One of you guys will be right, I would say. We'll see. Let's take a look at our starting grid here for tonight's race here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the International Dirt Association. Race number 6. It's going to be Hayden Cardwell starting on the pole in the 07 modified. He's going to have Bryson Daffrin alongside him in that 181. Kendal Tucker starting second row inside the 00. The 919 of Dylan Fox starting outside of him. Third row inside, that's going to be JD Brown, the 14. Shad Prescott's going to be outside of JD there. Fourth row is going to be Bailey Jones in the 51. He's going to have Jason Minot alongside him. The fifth row is going to be Cole Harvey in the 85 and Jeremy Freeman. Sixth row is going to be Jared Murphy in the 25 and Jed Barton in the 115. Cody Canwine is going to be on the inside of the 8th row with Darren Literal alongside him. 9th row is going to be Curtis Uphoff and Dustin Hall. And then the last row, we got Richard Stallings and Joshua Hessen as we go green here for race number 6. Kendal Tucker throws it to the bottom as Hayden Cardwell keeps it up on the high side. And we got a race up front. Kendal Tucker trying to squeeze up in line there up on the high side, and he does. Right in between Bryson Daffrin and Dylan Fox. So right now, your top 5 is Hayden Cardwell, Bryson Daffrin, Kendal Tucker, JD Brown, and Dylan Fox. And Kendal Tucker takes another spot away. He's going to get around that 181 of Bryson Daffrin, and then they stack up behind him. That's Dylan Fox and Shad Prescott. They get it sorted out, but we are under caution here for the first time tonight. What a crazy start there. But great job by these drivers. Let's take a look, find out what happened on the replay. The 129 is Curtis Poff and Richard Stallings there in the 175 as well. And then we had trouble there. We missed it. Let's check it out one more time here. As they come off of turn number 2. Looks like contact between Canton-Wine and Freeman. And that collects the 129 of Uphoff and 175 of Stallings there to bring out our first caution of the night. Up front, our race leader, Hayden Cardwell, shot out of the gate there pretty quick to take control of this one in the 06. Team 06, that is, because he is in the 07 car. 06 drivers right now running first and second. Third place is going to be JD Brown. Fourth place right now is Bryson Daffrin, and Shad Prescott rounds out the top 5 here early in this one. All right, we're back live and behind the pace car here. These guys are doubled up, getting ready to go around one more time. And if they do have another caution, the rest of these restarts will be single file. So let's see how it goes here with this double file restart here with Hayden Cardwell starting on the pole as he gets set to put that loud pedal down and sling that thing sideways. Green flag here one more time. Let's get a wider look here at these drivers as they go through turns 1 and 2. Everything looking good right now with Hayden Cardwell out front. JD Brown on the bottom. Shad Prescott's on the bottom. The 014 of Jason Minot on the bottom. The 51 of Bailey Jones running the bottom. Those 4 drivers using the bottom and making it work. Kendal Tucker and Bryson Daffrin, they get together just a little bit. And let's get a closer look at this battle between Kendal Tucker, Bryson Daffrin, Dylan Fox, and JD Brown. JD Brown making it look easy down on the bottom, while Kendal Tucker is sandwiched in between Bryson Daffrin and Dylan Fox. Hayden Cardwell having a blast, smiling ear to ear out front, leading laps here as we are 10 laps into this 50-lap event here. for the final race of the season. Top three starting to check out. Dylan Fox side by side with JD Brown. Kendal Tucker throws a slider across the nose of Bryson Daffrin, and Bryson crosses him over, and they get caught up on the front stretch. They get hooked together, and that's gonna slow him down. Kendal Tucker did what he had to do to throw that slider in there to get that position, but they just got tangled up on the front stretch, and that cost him a couple spots. JD Brown still running the bottom, and he's doing it in a fine fashion. Right now he's in fourth. Shad Prescott gets into the wall. Kendal Tucker gives him a tap, straightens him back out. Kendal with the slider, parks it on the nose of Shad Prescott. That D1RT driver throws it down in there. He is right beside Kendal Tucker, barely clears him as he comes off of turn 4. Hayden Cardwell, your race leader. Nobody around him. Dylan Fox with pressure from behind there. Bryson Daffrin pulls up to the back bumper of Dylan Fox. JD Brown still down on the bottom. One of the only top 5 driver using the bottom lane. And he's actually pretty quick down there. Top side starting to come in just a little bit there. So JD Brown drops back to 5th. Oh, contact, the 181 of Bryson Daffrin. He gets hooked up. Oh, a tap from behind there. The 014 of Jason Minot with nowhere to go. Shad Prescott having some trouble here in this main. Caution is out here for the 3rd time. And I'm not sure why we're under caution, but I will go back and we'll take a look on the replay. Cole Harvey in the 85 right here. Looks like that's where the 51 and the 115 come together there. Jed Barton and Bailey Jones. Shad, and then, oh, that's what happened. The 85 of Cole Harvey right there. Just kind of loses control of that thing, and it comes around on him. That will bring out the caution for the 3rd time here tonight. Back up front here, live. Hayden Cardwell still leading them around here. Kendal Tucker in 2nd, JD Brown in 3rd, Dylan Fox is in 4th, and Shad Prescott still in the top 5. So he's struggling a little bit, but he's still up in the top 5, so he's got an extremely fast race car. Hayden Cardwell with a beautiful car, still not a scratch on it. And I believe this restart will go to single file. All right, we're getting set to go green here as we're approaching halfway through this one. Pace truck's clear of the track, and Hayden Cardwell steps on that loud pedal. JD Brown moves it straight back to the bottom. He wastes no time getting down there. Then he moves back up to the high side. For the first time tonight, we've seen that 14 car up on the high side. Currently in that 3rd position. That single file restart stretched it out for him just a little bit there, and we got trouble behind. Looks like Jason Minot. He's caught up in it. Oh. Not Jason Minot. Sorry. Here's our leaders. Oh. We're looking at 13th, 14th, 15th. These guys beating and banging just a little bit. Let's go back up front because Hayden Cardwell is under fire here from his teammate, Kendal Tucker. Both of them running the high side. JD Brown still in third. Dylan Fox in fourth. Shad Prescott still holding on to that top five as Kendal Tucker throws that slider across the nose of Hayden Cardwell. We got a battle for the lead here between these two 06 drivers. And we got a race going on. Let's jump in the cockpit with Kendal Tucker. Wow. What a show these guys are putting in as they slide across the nose of each other every time they go through the corner and still hold on to that lead. JD Brown trying to hold off Dylan Fox right now, and he's doing it. But here comes that 919 powering around the high side, but our leaders are still duking it out up front. In the wall for a second, and it slowed him down there. Kendal Tucker has to check up too. That opens the door for Dylan Fox as Dylan Fox is powering up in there. JD Brown decided he was going to the top side as well. Right now it's Hayden Cardwell, Kendal Tucker, Dylan Fox, JD Brown, and Jason Minot. Shad Prescott in sixth, just drops out the top five. I think the 41 of Shad Prescott might have some damage. Things are heating up front. The top three pretty much nose to tail all over each other with Hayden Cardwell leading them around. Kendal throws the slider one more time across the nose of Hayden Cardwell. But Cardwell leads that lap anyways. Kendal's still trying to fight for it, and here comes Dylan Fox. Now we got a three-way battle for the lead, and Kendal Tucker does it again. Dylan Fox stays away from both of them using the bottom in the 919. Tucker in the wall. Tucker lost about 10 miles an hour there getting into the wall. That's going to relinquish the lead over back to Hayden Cardwell. We're coming up on 10 laps to go here tonight in this one. Kendal throws it in there again. This time, Hayden Cardwell barely clears him and still leads that lap. Dylan Fox closing in on the back bumper of Hayden Cardwell. All he needs is for these drivers to make one mistake and get into each other, and he will take over the race lead. 8 laps to go here at the dirt track in Charlotte for the final race of the season. New leader Kendal Tucker out front now. Hayden Cardwell in second, Dylan Fox in third. Dylan, he gets hung up in the wall. He loses about 5 spots and about 15 miles an hour there, so that slows that momentum down. And now these two 06 drivers fighting with lap traffic and throwing sliders. Cody Canton, he gets tapped by both of these drivers with nowhere to go. Now Kendal Tucker stretches it out on Hayden Cardwell. Hayden Cardwell back here, stuck behind Cody Canton. 5 laps to go, make it 4 laps to go for Kendal Tucker. And he's gonna make it 2 times. He made it 2 in a row last night, and he got the win. Maybe he can do it again. It looks like it's gonna happen here, because Hayden Cardwell was fighting with Cody Canton for too many laps. Just now gets around the 10 machine, and he's just out in front of Dylan Fox, so no pressure from behind. He does have that car in between him and Dylan Fox, so he should be okay. Kendal Tucker up front here with 2 laps to go. This time, it's going to be the white flag out for that 00. The driver that won last night in the Pro Late Models and also won here at VOLUSIA for the Monday Modified Series back on November the 5th. Last time around for Kendal Tucker as he comes off of turn number 4 and crosses the start-finish line to take the checkered flag and win race number 6 here for the International Dirt Association. Congratulations to Kendal Tucker and the 06 team for the win here at the dirt track in Charlotte. As he celebrates his win, guys, don't go nowhere. We got driver interviews coming right up. But first, let's take a look at the race results here tonight while our winner, Kendal Tucker, does his little celebration. Kendal Tucker with the win. Hayden Cardwell comes home second. Dylan Fox comes home third. 4th place gonna go to Jason Minot. Bryson Daffrin in 5th. Shad Prescott 6th. JD Brown, Jerry Darren Literal, Jed Barton, and Dustin Hall round out the top 10. Bailey Jones, Jarrett Murphy, Curtis Uphoff, Richard Stallings, Cody Canton, Joshua Hessen, Jeremy Freeman, Cole Harvey, and Trent Ivey, along with John Ruggiero, rounds out the field here for race number 6. And we're gonna get these drivers up here, the top 3. First one will be Dylan Fox, so don't go nowhere. We'll be there just a second. Dylan Fox, this Jay Weezy, you got a copy?
Yep.
Hey man, I know you was in a tough spot there. Those 2 drivers up there throwing sliders around each other, but all you needed was one little mistake, man, and Seemed like you got stuck behind Cody there, and Hayden Cardwell, a little bit of trouble there. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I could catch up to them guys up top too pretty easily, and then it seemed like every time I got up there, they'd be in the wall or doing something stupid, and then I would have to drop way back, and it'd screw me up a little bit.
Yeah, we seen you had a fast race car. You know, you pulled right up to the back bumper. Track seemed like it was a little tricky tonight. You know, all you guys up in the top 5 seemed to tap into the wall just a little bit. When you did that, it slowed you down quite a bit. How hard was it when you got into it?
It'd screw you up a little bit, but for the most part, if you weren't right up on the wall or even bouncing off of it, which I've seen a little bit of, you were way off the pace, so didn't really make for much of a racetrack. It was just kind of a freight train right around the top.
Oh yeah, man, but that D1RT number 919 was fast out there, and I think if you had a few more laps, you might have had something for him.
Yeah, I think I would have had something for him too, and I think about lap 20, I junked my car a little bit, had the steering was way off, so that didn't help much either.
Hey, well, you guys put on one heck of a show tonight, man. Anybody want to thank?
I just want to thank Eddie Livingston over at D1RT and all them guys. They're out there a lot helping with setups and trying to make this car fast.
Hey, man, fast car, and it's a pretty good looking car too, man. Congratulations on your top 3.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can pull up the driver of the 07 machine. Started on the pole here tonight, and he led 39 laps. Hayden Cardwell, Shay Wizzy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, Team 06 was out there putting on a show for us. Started on the pole, you led 39 laps. What kept you from bringing home the win?
I just think I had way too much gear. I couldn't really do much with the track. The track was pretty much one lane around the top. Pretty garbage. I couldn't do much but just stay in the wall. I mean, try to stay my best, get off the wall, and just slide up against the wall and stuff.
Oh yeah, well Kendal was definitely putting the pressure on you there, and you know you had Dylan Fox there waiting for you guys to make that mistake. And fortunately for you guys, you didn't get caught up too bad there, but a couple times, man, was kind of close. He was throwing them sliders on you.
Yeah, Kendall's just an aggressive driver. That's who he is. I give him credit for it, and I was just watching out. I was just glitching as much as I could, and hopefully he didn't wreck, and we didn't. I guess it looked good up there, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, well I hope you had fun out there. I had fun watching you guys, man, and you had a fast race car. You pretty much dominated this race. It just slipped away at the end, man, but congratulations to your team, man, because you finished 1-2 tonight. Anybody want to thank?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I want to thank everybody at 06. I mean, it's just paid up a ton for me and all the guys. Just can't thank them enough. Can't thank you for the broadcast. I love doing interviews with you right here. And can't thank IDA. This modified series got really tough, and I love racing with them.
Hey man, good talking to you, and good job out there tonight.
Thanks.
All right, let's pull up the winner tonight, Kendal Tucker. Started 3rd, finished 1st. Kendal Tucker, tell us about your race, man. How much fun was it out there, and what was the key thing that helped you get around to get that win?
Man, that was a blast. Everybody just complaining about how bad the track was. I mean, you just really had to get up on the wheel and just wheel that sucker around, man. That's probably one of the most fun races I've ever had. Even though there was a couple people out there, I think, that was trying to spoil my night, but they wasn't able to do it, and I'm not going to let them do it.
Oh yeah, well, Hayden Cardwell, man, he really made it tough on you. It's just a lot of fun watching you guys out there. He said you was a really aggressive driver, and you know, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing.
I mean, aggressive, yeah. I mean, I want to be as aggressive as I can and keep it as clean as I can. I mean, it's just hard to go anywhere or do anything on the sim as close as everybody is anymore, and you just can't give an inch. I mean, if people are just gonna complain about how I drive and stuff, that's just how it is. If it's gonna hurt their feelings, I don't really care. I'm just doing the best I can to have the fastest race car out there on the track every race, and just trying to put on a show for the broadcast. And I feel like we was able to do that tonight.
I agree with you. I totally agree with everything you just said. You hit the nail on the head on that one, and and you become the first time in this series and also in the pro late models to win two wins in this season. So congratulations on that. That's something nobody's been able to do, but you did it tonight. And you know, you didn't really dominate, but you had an amazing car. You know, it was a little tricky track. You guys, you know, bouncing back and forth around each other, man, made it a lot of fun for me and everybody out there watching. So I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight, man. But congratulations for the most on the win.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I was able to lock up the championship tonight too by winning and finishing in front of JD as far as I did. I got to give hats off to him. It was fun racing against him all year, and he's an up and comer in the series. I had never really heard of him until we started running this stuff, and he didn't make it easy on me, that's for sure. But yeah, we had a pretty consistent season for the most part. It was just that one race at KOKOMO really put me behind. I don't know where these people are getting this wall ride and stuff, because I mean, it's not easy to run the cushion like that. And I mean, if they think it's so easy, I mean, I'll be glad to give them whatever setup that I'm running and tell them to go up there and put it on the cushion and ride it all the way around the corner. But man, other than that, I just got to give a big thanks to all the guys at Z6. And I mean, it's been pretty cool. Switch teams like midway through the year, so to transition over to start up a different team and to bring home the championship, man, it's pretty awesome. Got to thank all the guys over there. Got to thank Jim Emery with Supermoon Graphics, and thank you, Jay Weezer, for broadcasting as always. And thanks to all the guys at IDA for putting this on. It was a pretty cool deal all year.
Hey man, we appreciate you. But yeah, I was going there. I was going to the championship. You know, the points, you come in tonight 8 points ahead of JD Brown, and you know, to think, you know, you even said it, JD Brown don't have a team or a sponsor, and he runs really well. So hopefully somebody out there see this guy. He's definitely worth that. But either way, man, you come in 8 points ahead, and you ended up coming out with the win. So yeah, you pretty much locked it up, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it, champ. You got this one. Congratulations on the championship this season.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Now the last season we ran. UJ Weezy on the broadcast. If I could ever just run a full season, I feel like I would be able to win a championship. And thankfully I was able to make every race, man. My schedule for the school and baseball and everything lined up perfectly. So it was a pretty cool deal to bring this championship home.
Yeah, we talked about that last season, you know, and I told you, I said, hey man, if you made every race, you probably would have had it. And this season you did it. You pulled it off, man. So I tip my hat to you. Great job out there tonight. Great job this season. The only two-time winner and the champion.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Jay Weezy.
Thanks, buddy. That was your winner, Kendal Tucker. And, yep, you heard it. He won 2 races this season, and he pulled off the championship. And the win here tonight for race number 6. And that's unofficially, okay? Everything I say is unofficial, but I'm pretty sure this guy did it tonight. So you can write that down. Go ahead and send him his congratulations or whatever you owe him. And hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed the season. I know I did. But that's gonna do it, man. We got holidays coming up, so we're gonna take a break. I think we'll be back Sundays though, at 9:40 Eastern. I'm not sure how long that's gonna go on before we go on break there, but appreciate all the support you guys give, and thanks for stopping by and watching the race. Hope you enjoyed it. So for SRTV Network, Sim Race TV, I'm Jay Weezy. Everybody, have a good night.